term in office. Well, in this edition, we've been talking to commissioners, but this very commissioner is saddled with special responsibility, and that is why he's occupying the Special Duties Department in the administration of Governor Okpolupm Etteh. I'm talking about Right Honourable Okpolupm Etteh. He's the Honourable Commissioner for Special Duties. This gentleman was born 49 years ago and has occupied about 12 years at the State Assembly. He rose from ordinary member to become a leader in Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly. In his heydays of political permutations, he was cited as being very realistic when it comes to political issues. A graduate, of course, you know, when a politician goes to school, he has the in-depth knowledge of academic exposure, and adding up with political exposure, it becomes a genius. He has worked in several departments in the oil-related field. He's saddled with the responsibility of making sure that the blueprint of His Excellency in the special project is being interpreted. My name is Samson Akpan, aka Politics Today. When I return from the break, I'll be speaking with these polished, learned and exposed politicians.
Oh yes, Governor Okpolupm Emmanuel's administration that is people-oriented, vested in capacity, embodied with superior performance and rendered on integrity has attracted global commentaries and attention. The Americans said it, even the military confirms.
We are here following the wonderful success story that are emanating from your...
Our own Vice President relocates.
So when I think of a second home, of course Akwa Ibom is a good place.
China has joined. Are you an investor or entrepreneur? The 21-story intelligent building, good road network, well-equipped hospitals scattered all over the state with a world-class airline, 18 functional industries and still counting. These and many more are the reason we invite you. Come, live, work and invest in Akwa Ibom. Be part of the completion agenda. Only God. Powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.
Listen to the opening. Today I'll be speaking with a very special person. The man you've seen walked into the office majestically. And then, of course, the first question I'll be asking him is very, very important. Yes, Honourable, as the Commissioner for Special Duties, let me first of all welcome you to the media chat.
Thank you, Mr. Samson.
You look cute.
Thank
Seriously.
You.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is Niger Delta appearance, and I so love it, and I love the credibility of Niger Deltans, and you happen to be one of them. But let's get to the business of the day. You have been saddled with a serious responsibility in the Ministry of Special Duties, and you are a commissioner. Perhaps you're not even up to a year now, and moving from the normal politics to a fair share of absolute responsibility. How does it feel?
Well, even in the House of Assembly, he was saddled with serious responsibility. You know, as the chief whip of the House, and also as the leader of the House, every government business in the House of Assembly, the Parliament, was handled by me. So I'm not a very new person in this kind of responsibility. Just that this is executive. The other one is legislature.
Okay.
So I'm copying.
You're copying.
Yes.
Right Honourable Okpolupm Etteh is described as being very humble, gentle, down to earth. Is there any other thing people don't really know about you?
I don't know, but the little I know that maybe they don't know about me that I'm a goal-getter. You know, if I'm assigned with responsibility, I focus and deliver on my assignment. So maybe that is the aspect that some people don't know, but some people know.
Okay.
Like the government knows.
Okay. Okay, let's get to your working relationship with His Excellency. Let's get to find out from you. How has it been these few months as a commissioner in the Ministry of Special Duties?
Yeah, it's very cordial because I come to discover the governor is one man that is interested in results. He's not interested, how you go about it, it's none of his business. If the governor wants this building ready for commissioning, the building must be ready for commissioning. And that's the governor that I have. And for me, because of my background, I'm a private sector driven politician. So I know how to get things done, and I'm trying my very best in the ministry to make sure that I assist the governor to fulfill all his political promises to Akwa Ibom people.
Let's first of all start from the airport, because that is one project that is even into the eyes of everyone. There's this expansion that is going on at the Victor Attah International Airport. His Excellency said the other day that the airport needed expansion. What are those areas of expansion that you are working on? A lot of people will want to know, because of course you have Ibom Air already on ground, and he has spoken about the taxiway, he has spoken about the second runway. Where are you working at right now at the airport?
I don't know when last you went to the airport, but
And then that was when the new Ibom Air,
okay,
the new aircraft in the fleet.
You will notice that we are working on the runway, the parallel runway, even though we call it a taxi runway, it's parallel runway.
Okay. Because
it's the same, it's 30 meters. The width of that runway is 30 meters and the length is 3.6 kilometers. The same length with the real runway. And this other runway, the idea about this runway is that at any point in time this other runway, the main runway is being for maintenance. Flights will be landing using the parallel runway, even though we call it taxi. But in the real sense of it, it's a parallel runway. If you also get to the terminal, the main terminal building, just because of COVID-19, we started in October last year. And all things being equal, by next year, December, we will commission that terminal. Instead of the art, we are resuming tomorrow. We had to shut down because of COVID-19, but by tomorrow, the contractor is going back to site. The government recently awarded contract for internal roads. At the airport, the last roundabout before you turn in, where we've awarded contract for opening of a dual carriageway to the terminal. 1.8 kilometers. From the terminal, we have a service road to the tower. And we also have 800 meters underground drain from that terminal to Pond 1 to evacuate waters. And we've also recently awarded contract for the completion of the MR road. Right now we have Ibom Air as the base carrier. And one of the critical maintenance infrastructure requirement is the MR road. So recently we've awarded contract. If not for COVID-19, the contractor would have moved to site for completion of the MR road. If you also check on this other side of the internal terminal, you see the private hangar. The governor has also awarded contract for connecting road from that private hangar to the office, the governor's VIP lounge, and the parking, the apron around there. Because the moment this other side is ready, the governor's plane will not be parked on the other way again, in front of the MR road, because we will soon start completion work at the MR road. So we do a whole lot of stuff. We are also upgrading the navigational aids at the airport. Right now, if that airport cannot land any flight, no airport in Nigeria can land any flight, because we have the best landing capabilities in this country for today.
Is it true that the state government has the sole responsibility of maintaining the airport?
Because the state-owned airport, we are maintaining 100%, everything. Even the regulatory agency, the federal government agency, we are paying them for the services rendered at that airport.
Is that supposed to be the
NAMA, NIMES, because federal government, I think, because of the fact that they control the airspace. The airspace belongs to federal government. So they use that, and the Akwa airport, in the real sense of it, is a private airport owned by state government. So everything, the airspace can be open for any flight to fly, but for you to land at that airport, it must clear from the government. Like in the day, like now that we are in COVID-19, any aircraft that is landing there must clear from the state government. Because the airport is completely owned and financed by the state government.
And let's look at one other critical factor that hitherto, I think a few years ago, we were complaining about running generator 24/7 at the airport. Is there any improvement now?
Recently, we've just completed a high tension line from Akwa Ibom to Tropicana, from Tropicana to the airport. So what is left right now is reticulation of power from the substation to consumption units at the airport. So the moment that is done, we are home and dry with it from the national grid. It is the governor that awarded that contract that we've just completed. A dedicated line. If you are going to the airport on the left side of the road, that's the road to the airport, you will see that dedicated line, not tapped by anybody. That line goes straight to the airport.
From the boom power?
From Tropicana.
Okay,
We moved
Tropicana.
that dedicated line from Akwa Ibom to Tropicana. From Tropicana straight to the airport. Yes.
Okay, Honourable Commissioner, let's look at the preparation, for takeoff, because very soon federal government will say, okay, we open the airspace, you can now fly. Ibom Air is one of the, significant projects of His Excellency. What preparation are you doing at the airport to ensure that the moment the airspace is open, we are sure that nobody comes in with any form of virus?
Let me know the sound as if
you don't want to be boastful.
Yeah, I don't want to be boastful. But as far as that airport is concerned, we are ready. In the last 2 weeks, we had to train the airport workers on PPE, use of PPE and how to handle, patients and all that stuff. That side we are through. Even the Okpolupm Etteh, they did the same thing. Few days ago, we had to disinfect all the offices and everywhere at the airport. And we'll still do that again before the opening of the airport for business. We've also, as a ministry, we bought 2 face recognition and temperature measurement cameras. Now we are going to mount one at their main block for workers of Ibom and the airport. We are also going to have one in front at the entrance of the departure hall.
Yes, sir.
So that if that machine says you can't go in, you cannot go in. And the machine will capture every of your data, medical data, because the machine has a backbone, a screen inside somebody's office. And the person is, as the machine is taking a snap of you, the person is seeing right inside. At the arrival, before you enter the arrival hall, we've also ordered for a disinfectant chambers. The machine, the chambers will disinfect from the top. Your shoes has an automatic dispensing unit for sanitizers, and also has face recognition camera and measurement camera. So the moment we have that will be available before the opening of the airport for business. In the next 1 week, that will be there, and maybe if you're available, I'll take you to the airport to look at it. And I don't want to mince wood. I think we will be the first airport to have that facilities put in place for a smooth takeoff of business. So we are almost ready, and we are ready.
Okay. If you just join us, I'm playing host to Right Honourable Okpolupm Etteh, Honourable Commissioner of Special Duties. He's been talking about the airport. And I want to leave him thinking, a very important aspect of it is compelling the IOCs, the likes of ExxonMobil, oil companies that are exploring or exploiting oil in Akwa Ibom, and you don't want to have your headquarters here. Hey, the state government has put 70% in place. All that's required is for you to move in. And so I'll be talking with him and on this very important issue, the intelligent building, the 21-story intelligent building constructed by Akwa Ibom state government to attract oil companies into the states. Are they ready? Are they willing to come? Etteh will answer all these questions when I come back from the break. Don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, like I said, I left the Honourable Commissioner thinking, very important too. 21-story building put in place. His Excellency calls it 21-story intelligent building for corporate offices. And he's also said it's a way of compelling the IOCs to come have a feel. At least let them pay some tax in the Akwa Ibom. They're asking you. Will these guys come? Because for several years they have been at, in fact it takes the mercy of this government to even complete the Akwa Ibom road. Of course, I don't want to go there to talk about social responsibilities of some of the IOCs. Will they come this time with this bill?
I want to believe they will come, because if you come in, if you get into that building and you see the facilities provided by state government, everything is automated. From the even the facade is automated. The access, the video conferencing, the audio system, the AC system, everything in this place is state of the art. And this is a building that you have banks, you have restaurants, everything. You have a helipad. You have where the drivers will stay, like a driver's bay, you have visitors, holding bay and all that. So they will come. The government has given incentive of 5 years for you to come and stay, because this is a building that...
When government said 5 years free, no rent payment, people were saying, wow, is it not a waste?
This is, you see, every company, if you produce a product, you have to decide how to market the product. It's either use penetration pricing policy to push the product into the market, or use scheming pricing policy. So what the government has done by the statement he made, is a penetration pricing policy. This facility here, don't give us rent. You stay, but you pay for, the services. You are not paying to government because you are enjoying the facilities free. And after 5 years, it's a time of tax holiday. Tax holiday, come and enjoy, because it will be in the best interest of the IOCs and other corporate tenants to have their offices here. Because this is a safe haven. The place is very secure. Few minutes from the airport, you are here. And this is the place you stay to do all your transactions worldwide. All the facilities, I need to take you there for you to see. What we have on ground now is 80% completion rate. In the next, if not for COVID-19, we would have commissioned this project, 21 stories, by May 29. But we are looking at the anniversary of the state, because from next week, we are going to commence full-scale operations. So it will be in the best interest of the IOCs to have office in Uyo. In Uyo, you have army base, you have police, you have all the security formations, domicile in Uyo. So if you have your office here, the community is going to block you on the road if you are passing to offshore. They won't. They will have where they will bring their grievances or their petitions and all that. So for me, 5 years is even too much. But it's a good marketing strategy. The government is an astute businessman. So let them come. It's not just for the IOCs. There are so many investors that are coming in to Akwa Ibom to invest. People are just talking. In the past few years, if you talk about Mobile come to you, they said no accommodation. Today we have airports. You come in the morning, do your business, and you leave in the evening. We have office accommodation for you. If you are passing from town to the airport, on your right, where you have the NNPC, government is going to build an estate in that place. We are not going to put up the houses there, but we are going to provide all the infrastructure, site and services. So even the IOCs, they can come there and buy plots and build whatever thing they want to build for their workers. But here in these premises, the 21 story, you know why I said here? Because I'm looking at the picture in my office.
Yes.
You know, we have a helipad that even if you can move from that office to platform with a helicopter. You can move from there to airport. You can move from Port Harcourt, instead of landing your helicopter at the airport, you land the helicopter here. And we have a bigger space for the second phase of the accommodation. In case we have
for expansion.
We have more than enough corporate tenants. You know?
What would you say to the opposition that says the waste of money, that you don't need to build an office for anybody, that the IOC is supposed to come build their own office?
Okay. You know, I wish I know the person that made this statement specifically. You understand?
Yeah.
Because if you know these days, like Mobile are selling off their assets. They are virtually outsourcing everything that they have because they want to make real money. That office, that mobile office in Lagos is not owned by Mobile. It's owned by somebody. Most of the IOCs in Lagos, where they stay, it's not their building. They rent it. And you see this building here, if they come in here to have their offices, who are the people that work here? Are they not the indigents of Akwa Ibom? Wouldn't they receive salary? Wouldn't they, they pay tax to state government? They go to market to buy. They go to church and put offering. So are they not boosting the economy of the state? We may not make profit now, but the moment we have tenants filled up this building, in the next few years to come, what are we doing now? We are building Akwa Ibom of tomorrow. So this building, those guys that are talking, criticizing this building, they are short-term planners. They are short-term planners. We are not short-term planners. We are looking at Akwa Ibom beyond 10 years. We are looking at Akwa Ibom beyond oil. So all what we are trying to do now is to put infrastructure in place. Fix the hotel, fix the accommodation, fix the airport, fix the MRO. We are also looking at training school at the airport because you can't have people here and you don't have training school. That means you bring in everybody that will be working there and they will be non-indigents. So as we are completing the MRO, we are also doing everything possible to set up a training school to train Akwa Ibom people to take advantage of the aviation industry in Akwa Ibom.
Beautiful. Well, if you just join us, talking with the Right Honourable Okpolupm Etteh, is the Commissioner for Special Duty, and you've listened to him. So for those of you who criticize the fact that His Excellency wouldn't have built the 21-story intelligent building, you got to get it right now. He's saying that, come on, we're not just talking about now, we are talking about tomorrow, the future, which is very important. That goes to show that when we open the three gateways, the land, the sea, and of course the air, what is left now in the Akwa Ibom said is the sea. So federal government, do something. I got a short break. When I come back, Etteh is still on my hot seat. Don't go away. Welcome back. Another critical factor of concerned development is the hotel, the five-star hotel. There's been a series of speculation that the state government has failed in that direction. So the commissioner is in charge of space, he's of the special duty, so I need to ask him this question. What is the state of five-star? I remember when that five-star was built by Honourable Victor Attah, and a lot of people condemned the process. They said, no, what do you want to build a hotel for? And today, a lot of people have come to a term that you cannot have an airline or airport, you don't have where visitors will sleep or stay what is the situation of the five-star hotel in Akwa Ibom?
You know, I have to get your question very clear. Which of the 5-star? Because you know, even in College is almost 5-star.
Yes.
4 point by Sheraton.
No, we'll get there.
Are you referring to Ibom Hotel?
In the Meridian.
I'm just surprised to hear this question because the 5-star is on course. The government just signed a management agreement with ICON.
Okay.
You know, a hotel management group, and they're even coming in with their money to, you know, to upgrade the facilities in the hotel. We just signed an agreement. Even before the agreement, the hotel was on. You needed to be there this Christmas. The place was filled up. All the golf tournaments in Akwa Ibom State, the guests, they stay in that same hotel. But it is not the business of government to run hotel. It is the business of government to provide. We've done that, so we have to engage investors. Run this hotel with their money, give government what belongs to government, take what belongs, you know, what belongs to you. We have a hotel, you know, a hospitality management company by name ICON. Even though the hotel is not in my ministry, it's the Ministry of Culture and Tourism supervising the hotel. But at the same time, as an ESCO member, I am privy to the fact that government had an agreement with ICON Management Group. You can Google a company called ICON. They manage top-class hotels in the world. So that hotel, everything is on course. In the next, give them, if not for COVID-19, in the next few months, you know, the face of that place will change. So it's on course. It's only people that don't go there talk about this place. It will shock you that the person talking about 5-star, I never entered Nwaiba Road in the last 1 year.
Okay, Honourable Commissioner, before I get to talk about the 4 point by Sheraton, which was subject of controversy last year when it was clear that absolutely no engagement was done, and of course some facilities were lacking before His Excellency decided to put in some money there. Let's get to address this very important issue. People are saying that why buying the kind of aircraft we are buying in the Ibom Air? Why not go for Boeing 737 or Boeing 747 as the case may be, like it is done in Ethiopian Airline and so on and so forth?
You know, you need to have a clear knowledge of certain things before you start criticizing. Ethiopian Airline is an international airline. If you go to Ethiopia, the flight that they use in operating intercity is CRJ 900. Domestic routes is CRJ 900. Because of fuel economy, you know, the efficiency. Your maximum passenger maybe 90 or 100. Okay, they wanted the governor or private state government to buy Boeing 737 like the nation. You know that flight, that company,
yes,
that couldn't last for 1 year.
Yes.
So what happened to the company that is grounded today? What happened to Cabo Air? Most of those companies, because they did not get it right, we are operating the domestic market now. And the best plane, the best aircraft for domestic market is CRJ 900. Even if you have 50 passengers, you can take off. You break even. Okay, they want us to have a Boeing 747 to apply with you to Lagos. So that you go to Lagos, when you go to Lagos, you have only 10 passengers. You blow your fuel, empty flight down here. No. For now, we are going to use, this is our model, our business model, to use CRJ 900 to operate the domestic routes. And you know, as we graduate, we're expanding our routes. Like now, we have 4 aircraft on ground. One goes to Uyo, Lagos. One operates to Uyo, Abuja, Uyo. We have Lagos, Abuja, Lagos. This 4th one may likely operate Calabar, Lagos, Calabar, Abuja.
Yes.
You see, the movement we are set for regional movement, we will bring in Boeing 737, Boeing 747, because we need a bigger aircraft that will have a bigger space to carry luggage. we won't use this. This Ibom, the CRJ 900 will still be operating the domestic route to evacuate passengers. That the Boeing 737 and 747 will bring from Ghana, Cameroon, and the rest into you. So I don't know. Okay, what do they know about airline business? Let's take them to Lagos. How many airlines that started business a few years ago? They are all grounded because they cannot. The maintenance cost is very high. Or they want us to go and buy Boeing 737 that are, the real owners have used for 20 years. This is a flight. The ones we have here, maximum year is 4-5 years. Even one of them with additional 1 year warranty. The last one that just came here. So is our business model to use CRJ 900. Okay, take for instance now that we have COVID-19, a lot of people will not want to travel. The price of fare will now increase. All what Ibom needs to have is 50 passengers to fly. But in 737 with 50 passengers will run at a loss. So by the time we are ready for regional business, Ibom will bring in Boeing 737, Boeing 747, and the rest of them for international flights because the luggages will be much. So the moment they land in Uyo, Ibom will evacuate them to Lagos, Abuja, Asaba, and the rest of them. So whoever is criticizing the decision of buying CRJ 900 does not understand anything about aviation business.
Some of them are like spectators of football. They may describe football than those who are in the field.
There are some people that will tell you what the player would have done. But meanwhile, they don't even know the name of the booth.
They use the
player is using. So it's the same thing. The little I know about Governor Odom, this is a man that has excelled in his chosen career. An investment banker. And he has never failed before. He's an astute banker, astute economist, businessman. If this model that we are using, this Ibom business model, maybe in the next few years it will fail, the government will not go for it. The government will not go for it. The maintenance cost of CRJ 900 is very low. Which state in Nigeria has been able to procure one aircraft? No. That is the first question that they should ask. And this is the man that has used his credentials to secure flights from Akwa Ibom State. And you are still complaining. And the doubters are doubting. When the government had announced that the Akwa Ibom will float an airline, they were doubting. The planes, all the aircraft came in. They doubted. They said, no, this one
they just packed because
of the election.
After election.
When they inaugurated the flight, Lagos, Abuja, they were still doubting. Even this one that came, they said, no, it's not possible, even when the airspace had been closed. So how come this one came in? Maybe they just create something in Lagos and bring to you. So the doubters will still doubt. So all what we are doing now, we are moving on.
Honourable Commissioner, let's get to the big one. I call it big one because of the controversy that surrounded 4 Point by Sheraton. Is that still the name?
By special grace of God, we don't have made it possible for that name
to remain.
As it were, the name, that what you had there wasn't the name.
Okay.
But for today...
No, just tell me the entire situation of that place, because a lot of people are saying, come on, the last administration had finished 4 Point by Sheraton. The governor has refused to put it to use.
Did you bother to ask them why?
Sometimes it's on the social media, so you don't really need to.
That is one project that this administration wants to put in use. That hotel. If there is one project, that project is more important to the governor than most of the project people think is the governor's priority project. I go to today before you came in here. I was at 4 Point by Sheraton. As at the time that place was commissioned for business, it was the building that was commissioned. The facilities that would have made the place a hotel were not there. If you go there now, the road, the access road from this other ring road to this other road, made possible by this government. As at the time that place was commissioned for business, the parking lot, all what you had at the parking lot was stone based. They go to that hotel today, the entire place is asphalted. There was no driver's lobby. We put driver's lobbies in place. There are a whole lot of stuff. As I speak to you, Marriott team, Marriott, you know Marriott bought over Starwood.
Yes.
Marriott ICT team are doing ICT configuration, room by room, floor by floor. If you get to that place, there was no intercom. There was no TV in the room. There was no minibar, no ICT, no booster, no safe, no scanner, no kitchen utensils. Or everything you have in that place today, as we speak now, that place is hotel.
But Senator Fabio, the former governor, commissioned it.
You see, what my former governor commissioned was a building. It wasn't a hotel. You see, because there are certain things that you must have a place to call a building hotel. Okay, will you come to call my house hotel? If I build my house for purpose of living, and I complete the house, you can come and commission. But if I'm saying that this building, this property, I want to use it for hotel, there are certain things that I must put in place. Marriott team, as we speak now, Marriott general manager is there. The one that arrived first week of March before the lockdown. Because Marriott, they come here every month to, you know, they have requirements. When that place was built, it was Starwood. Marriott came and took over. So they come in, they say, no, we don't want this, or this one must be there. There are so many things that we are putting there to make the place answer the name hotel. If you get to, the first thing we did when I came in here was to make sure we had a dedicated line from Nepal to the hotel. Now we have a dedicated line that wasn't there. There are so many. If I take you to the rooftop of that hotel, the felting that that was done, all of them got damaged. Everything there is new. The scanner. Will you call that a place, a hotel that you don't have scanner to scan people that even if you go to transport, you have scanner, you have baggage scanner, and you also have passengers scanner. They were not there. I wish maybe the next tomorrow we can do a talk. Ministry of Information were there today. I took the commissioner to the rooftop of that building for you to see the thing that we put in place. Even on the mechanical floor, the mechanical roof, we had one access. Mayor said, no, we must produce another one. And we did. At the swimming pool area, we had to provide security cordon off. There are so many things that were not there in that place. Now with the bollard barrier for the entrance gate, because Mayor said, if you say this place is a hotel, we must have hydraulic bollard barrier. The one we imported arrived last week. We are waiting for a space to open so that we can start installing it. So far, so good. What we put in that building by this government, I can comfortably tell you that that place is 4 point by Sheraton and will soon open it for business.
Thank God. It's going to open for business. Commissioner, let's get to another one. Ibom Tropical. People are saying it's lying western. So much money pumped into it. About 100 and something billion Akwa Ibom state taxpayers' money.
Pumped into Tropical.
Yes.
But the people that are also saying that they are not also sincere to themselves. If we want to take cost consultants to go and cost the money in that place, the money that the government injected into that place, that's a story for another day. But so far so good, we have investors. You see, like the Tropicana, if you go to the back of that building, you see ShopRite, that building their box. They are restructuring the mall. Because that mall is a mall. Is that the kind of ShopRite mall we find in Lagos, Asaba, and Abuja? No, that was a cubicle. It's something like maybe something an individual could have Or if you go to Abuja, you know this is a map mall, all these are malls owned by the Igbo people. That's the kind of something that was built in that place. So right now, the ShopRite team are doing restructuring. The government had to bring in ShopRite. They are investors. Restructuring that place, I'm very sure, if not for COVID-19, they would have completed that box. Even the theme park. The theme park, we've also gotten investors for the theme park. The hotel, we've also gotten investors, you know. But the last few weeks, the last few months of this COVID-19, nobody traveled because they are all, you know, they are all people living outside the country.
Yeah.
The only one that we are looking for investors, as I speak to you, is the conference center. Because the truth of the matter is that government, it is not the business of government to do certain things. So Tropicana, if we now decide to move to Tropicana, that means the government will not do anything again. So we are using PP, you know, public-private partnership model, you know, to get investors to get in there and see things like what we've done to the mall. We got investor, we're working there. We've also got investor for the theme park. And hopefully after this COVID-19 stuff, the investor will come in. The one that we are looking for investor now is the conference center because it is a priority project of this administration. So when somebody is saying that the governor, you know, is not interested in Tropicana, it's not correct. It's not correct at all. Even every government has a priority. Tropicana is also a priority of this government. But we have a system that we want to use, which is the PPP. Because if government go now and complete everything, do this, do that, and you bring in people to operate, because since they know that they are going to make reforms to government, they won't be serious. But if you bring in investors, they operate like a private business, and they remit money to government. Government will have a share. So that's all what we are doing for Tropicana. So it is not correct that government is not interested in Tropicana.
Have you assessed the amount put in that Tropicana, the job done?
You know, when you have investor coming in, we sit down, we analyze. Because at the time that place was built, you know, maybe a certain dollar was at so rate. And today is a different thing. So we look at, before an investor will agree, you know, to take over a project, there must be a business analysis. This is how much government spent on this. This is this, and this is this. So we look at all that. You can't get to a point that you have an investor in a PPP and you don't do all those analysis. But you see, if you also look at the end of the analysis, if the amount is too high, you have to use a certain percentage. Just like what the governor has done, he said this IOC is coming, stay for 5 years, don't pay rent. So the same thing applicable to Tropicana. Come in and invest. Yes, we are already, as a government, we spend so amount of money to fix this, but we are going to remove this by so percentage to enable you to kick off from there. So that's what we've done for Tropicana.
1 year in the second term of Governor Okpolupm Etteh, add up to the 4-year term, I mean the first term of 4 years. People are saying that he does not have any signature projects. What would be your reaction?
You see, I laugh. Because you see, I have to understand what they mean by signature project. We are building 21 story. It's 21 story. How do you put it in English? Insignificant structure. No. We are building terminal. A permanent state of the art with the latest infrastructure in terminal building. Is that not signature project? Even the isolation center that will start in the next 50 years, is that not signature project? Is Ibom not signature project? That today, in the airspace of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom name is written. airspace of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom name is written and somebody will say no signature project. And you believe?
They say, you know, like previous administration built flyover and maybe globe, you know, something that revolved at every corner, and then build, you know, had water fountains, so on and so forth.
Okay, those bridges, do we have toll gate to generate revenue for the state? The flyovers. Is there any toll gate?
None.
There is no toll gate, so what economic benefit to Akwa Ibom state? Now you have a building that will generate revenue to the state. You have an airport terminal that people will buy ticket. Some people will have shops. The place has duty-free shop that people will pay revenue to the state. You have Ibom that people are buying ticket and money is coming into the state. Show me one of those flyovers that has toll gates. Okay, since we did all that we did, show me the percentage of revenue that has accrued to the state as a result of a concentric flyover, or those are township aesthetics. But we are looking at Akwa Ibom of tomorrow. And if we are looking at Akwa Ibom of tomorrow, yes, we will do roads. Rome has done enough roads. Most of the roads is not even commissioned by the government, but people are using it. But we must also have other things. Okay, so King's Flower, now, is not signature. If you are counting states that are producing flowers today, you understand? Mitri, factory. Syringe is not a signature project. So what are they talking? Plywood industry is not signature. No, we need to understand the meaning of the word signature. Because today, nobody has remembered that Uyoto Maibaro was done by water. Nobody has remembered that Abaro was done by between roundabout and Ikorobi roundabout was done by water. There are a lot of things people don't remember. Because yes, as it were, there was signature. But of what economic value today? But Ibom is going to, give employment to indigenous of Akwa Ibom. This building that I'm looking at now, these 21 stories, the people that work there, the cleaners, some technical staff will come from Akwa Ibom, and the tenant will be paying rent. They will be paying rent to Akwa Ibom. The terminal will generate revenue for Akwa Ibom state. So what kind of signature project do they want the government to do here? The government is doing everything humanly possible to open up the deep sea port. I was part of this government between 2007 to 2015. I know, I may not have the details now, but I know that Akwa Ibom state government as it were spent so much money on the deep sea port. Even the architectural drawing wasn't ready. Even the side plan of the deep sea port wasn't there. It is today that you can tell somebody, if you need a land, we know the government brings you a design and they show you where you have your land. And these are the things that were supposed to have, been done in the last few years. So what are we talking about signature projects? We are going to complete the MRO before we leave. The companies that will operate the MRO will be paying rent to Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom people will be working there. Is that not signature? So what kind of signature again are we talking? Is it the perfume? Because there's one perfume that they call signature.
Honourable Commissioner, let me go on a short break. When I come back, I'll give you the signature. My signature is how to make money. I will write, I don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, the final lap of this media session. Of course, you listen to the Honourable Commissioner. It's not all the signatures you should be talking about, because there are certain signatures you go to the bank with, you can cash money. And sometimes they'll say forged signatures. So some of the projects that you call signature projects could be a forged signature project. And so he has enlightened us that what makes a project a signature project is the economic benefit of that project. And so when next you want to talk about signature project, please mention Ibom Air talked about the most important aspect of it, the 21-story intelligent building, which will generate fund for the state. Talk about that. Talk about things that will bring succor to the downtrodden, something that will improve upon the economic situation of Akwa Ibom State now that we are working towards being self-sustaining. Yes, Honourable Commissioner, that reminds me. Some of these things you've mentioned, like the syringe factory, the metering solution, you understand, the flour mill. You've not mentioned the coconut refinery, which His Excellency told us has 364 properties that can be tapped and so much money made from it. And very soon we're going to be the first state to own that kind of refinery, which by investigation has a financial value than even the crude oil per barrel. Very expensive. That to you is a signature project because it brings money.
You know, I purposely refuse not to talk about coconut because
Yes.
it's not in my ministry.
I know.
That is one. Secondly, it's not commissioned yet. You know, the few projects that I mentioned,
And those that are working now.
the King's flower, you have the flower everywhere. The metering, you have the prepaid meters everywhere. The syringe, you have them everywhere. The plywood is in the market.
What would you say to those who say that, come on, Akwa Ibom State is not producing prepaid meters. They are just being assembled here. They'll go and buy something in China and assemble here.
But it's easy to assemble. In my own government, we promised, you know, the last regime that I was the leader and the chief whip, we promised every local government cottage industry, but we couldn't produce one.
What happened?
That was executive.
Okay, you were in the
I was in the
legislature.
legislature, you know. So it is not even easy to have equipment, you know, to assemble. It's not easy. Even the factory in Enugu, in Anambra State,
Yeah.
is it something, Innocent Motors?
Yes.
Those things is assembly plant. It's assembly plant because you need to pick raw material from here, bring the engine from here. Even in China today, they produce buses. The engines, they import the engines from Japan and Korea and put. They bring tires from another country. They bring this one from Turkey. So what are we talking? So I need to understand what we are talking. So if we, okay, tomorrow now, if the governor, you know, float tomato paste factory in the state, and what we grow is not enough for the factory, and the company decides to buy tomato from Cross River, River State to add with what Akwa Ibom is growing, to produce tomato paste, what will they say? They will say, don't mind them. The most important thing is that the factory is in Akwa Ibom State. The workers that are working in the factory are indigenous of Akwa Ibom. And it's boosting our economy, our IGR. That is the most important. It's not easy to bring, expatriates to come and stay in your state. So the idea of whether it's assembly plant or not, but the most important thing is somebody initiated the process and brought the plant. We were here now, in 2007 to 2015. How many of those assembly plants did we bring as a government? I'm asking you, politics today.
Well,
so you were still running this.
Anyway, maybe because I don't want us to be taken aback. I just want a situation where we look at the front.
You see, I told you that
because the governor said we shouldn't be going back.
We are looking at Akwa Ibom of tomorrow.
Of tomorrow.
So all the things we may not have. Even the governor himself may not be a beneficiary of what he's doing today. The next set of people that are coming up will be the ones enjoying. Whenever one can afford for 13%, did he enjoy 13%? The answer is no. But the next government enjoyed 13%. So like the coconut factory, by the time they will, get to full capacity production, the governor may not be in office. So the next government that will take over will be the one enjoying the process of the factory. But one thing I know about the governor, the little I know about him, he will not invest one naira in anything that will not bring profit. So all what they are talking trash. They are talking trash.
Honourable Commissioner, I don't know how time flies. You're a very interesting person to be with. And at this point, I wish you to react to certain things I won't ask you about. This is your first time in the executive. Your experiences, you have told me that your boss needs results. How you get it is not in question. Tell us, who is Governor Domima? Because people say he's too much of a Christian, but someone also saying that he's very tough, very disciplined. How would you describe him?
Even Jesus Christ was very disciplined in the Bible. So when they say Christian, so the fact that they are Christian, you won't know what they are supposed to do. This is a man that, if you check all the disciples of Jesus Christ, they were all graduates. And the Bible is very clear. It said, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall not do what? He shall not stand before mean men, he shall stand before kings." So the man is an astute economist. For somebody to move from the lowest cadre in the banking industry to get to executive directorship, even if Udom were not to be governor today, he will be somewhere. Udom will be somewhere. But the little I know, I have told you before, I said the little I know about, if the governor tells you, okay, next week, Wednesday, I will do that thing. Next week, Wednesday, I don't need to remind him. And the governor is this person that he wants, like now, he wants the 4-point by Sheraton open like tomorrow morning. January this year, when we went for aviation show in Dubai, we also had a meeting with the mayoral team, pleading with them. Whatever thing that is not in place, in your opinion, in your assessment, in your criteria, kickstart the hotel. We will fix it. We will fix it. So the government.
Is 4 points going to start this year?
Sure.
This year.
4 points will start this year. So I've used the Bible to describe.
I know.
I said, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall not stand before mean men." You see, those people that are criticizing the government are mean men. They have nothing to offer. So that is the governor that I know. And he's one man that if he believes in you, please don't disappoint him. Because he will not also disappoint you. So, I've summarized the government.
Yes. Please look to this camera and a goodwill message as we marked the first 1 year of the second term. Goodwill message to your people. I know the Okpolupm Etteh and the rest of them, but this one is going to be in English so that the whole world is watching.
Well, on behalf of the entire members of staff of Ministry of Special Duty, I salute the Akwa Ibom people. I salute the governor for what he's been able to do in the last 1 year. I salute even my workers, and I pray God to grant all of us the patience to follow the governor to the end of his tenure in office. He will not disappoint us. Congratulations, Akwa Ibom people.
Okay. Honourable Commissioner, I need to start off at this point. That's what we do. You know, we've observed social distancing. So we also need to teach your ministry people the latest greeting in town as a result of COVID-19. You know, with your height, you don't need to bend a little bit and then give it up. That's how it is. Stay safe. Don't just go out without your face mask. That is very important. Like the Commissioner has demonstrated, it is good for you to stay alive and enjoy the goodies that is going to come in Akwa Ibom State. Would you want to see the Ibom Dipsy port? You don't want to do business there? You got to stay alive. Well, on behalf of everybody in this program a success, I want to thank Solomon Ayo, who has been the consult and controlling this program, and the entire crew of this media chat, the camera to the editor and so on and so forth. The character of the Chief Press Secretary and Honourable Commissioner for Information. My name is Samson Ivan, aka Politics Today. See you very soon, I mean.
Portrait of achievements by Governor Udumbi Manuel in the area of industrialization. He started with toothpick manufacturing factory, pencil factory, peacock pant factory that was abandoned for several years, and he revamped it within 100 days in office. Plywood and timber factory, block factory, metering solution factory, syringe factory, flour mill factory, fertilizer blending factory, coconut refinery, rice mill factory, plastic manufacturing factory, aviation industry, and the establishment of Ibom Air. Aqua hatchery, cassava processing factory, starch processing factory, and more are still coming. Come, live, walk, and invest in Akwa Ibom. Only God, powered by the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State.